Your request specifies a two-part script, and part 1 must end with the exact line, "I'll provide part 1 now." You skipped breakfast because you wanted to be healthier. You ignored the craving. You resisted the cookies at work. Then somehow, by evening, you were standing in the kitchen eating anything you could find, and afterward, you blamed yourself. But what if your body never betrayed you? What if it was doing exactly what millions of years of biology programmed it to do? Here's the part nobody talks about. The biggest obstacle to better health may not be sugar itself. It may be what processed food has quietly trained your cells to expect every single day. Most people think quitting processed foods is about willpower. It isn't. It's about convincing billions of tiny workers inside your body that an emergency is over. And until that happens, they'll keep fighting against you. Stay with me, because this changes everything. If you've tried eating healthy before, you probably remember the first few days. The headaches, the constant hunger, the strange feeling that healthy food never seems satisfying enough. You start wondering if your metabolism is broken. Maybe your age caught up with you. Maybe your genetics are just bad. I know, that sounds painfully familiar. But according to researchers at institutions like Harvard, many of these reactions are not signs that healthy eating is failing. They're signs that your body is trying to adapt. Your biology isn't punishing you. It's protecting you. Here's the critical thing to understand. Imagine your body as a massive city. Every cell is a house. Every hormone is a messenger. Every nutrient is a delivery truck. For years, processed foods have been flooding that city with constant emergency deliveries. Sugar arrives. Refined starch follows. Artificial flavors tell your brain more food is coming. The trucks never stop. Eventually, the city's workers stop reacting normally. They become overwhelmed. One of the most important messengers involved in this process is insulin. Most people only hear about insulin when someone mentions diabetes. But insulin is much more than that. Think of it as the city's traffic controller. Every meal tells insulin where nutrients should go. When processed foods arrive repeatedly throughout the day, insulin barely gets a chance to rest. The traffic lights stay green. Storage never stops. Repair gets delayed. And that's where everything changes, because your body has another repair crew, a crew that works quietly while nutrients are low. Cleaning damaged proteins, removing broken cell parts, helping prepare tissues for renewal. That repair system has fascinated scientists for decades. In fact, Nobel Prize-winning research by Yoshinori Ohsumi helped reveal just how important one of these cellular cleanup systems really is. Researchers call it autophagy. Think of it like the overnight maintenance crew inside a factory. When production slows down, workers finally sweep the floors. They recycle broken machinery. They prepare everything for tomorrow. But here's what they didn't expect. If the factory never stops receiving deliveries, the cleanup crew can't fully do its job. Processed foods don't simply add calories. They keep the factory running around the clock. Your cells stay busy storing, busy sorting, busy responding. Repair keeps getting postponed. Not forever. Just long enough for small problems to quietly become bigger ones. Most people never realize this. When they quit processed foods, the first few days often feel worse, not better. Cravings become louder. Energy seems unpredictable. Mood swings appear out of nowhere. Many people give up right there because they assume healthy eating isn't working. But here's what changes everything. Those uncomfortable days may actually be evidence that your biological city is changing its schedule. The emergency trucks begin arriving less often. Traffic slowly calms down. Hormones start communicating differently. Cells begin expecting real food instead of constant stimulation. It doesn't happen overnight, and it certainly doesn't happen without resistance, because another powerful molecule has been quietly shaping your decisions for years. Not through your stomach, not through your muscles, through your brain. And once you understand how that single pathway reacts during the first month without processed foods, you'll never look at cravings the same way again. Because the hidden battle was never just about food. It was about a molecule that could make a packaged snack feel impossible to resist. That molecule is dopamine. Here's where it gets counterintuitive. Dopamine is not simply the pleasure chemical people talk about. It is a motivation signal, a go-get-this message. Processed foods are designed to create powerful dopamine responses because they combine sugar, fat, salt, and artificial flavors in ways that nature rarely creates. Your brain sees the signal. Your brain remembers the reward, and suddenly, the craving feels like a command, not a choice. This was never your lack of discipline. Your brain was responding exactly as it was designed to. But here's what most people completely miss. When you stop eating processed foods for 30 days, you are not just removing junk food. You are retraining the communication system between your brain, hormones, and cells, and that's where everything changes. The first step begins in the morning. Start your day with protein and fiber within your first meal window. Eggs with vegetables, Greek yogurt with berries, or a protein-rich meal with healthy fats. Why? Because protein helps control hunger signals, while fiber slows digestion and reduces sharp blood sugar swings. Your body stops receiving emergency signals. It starts receiving stability. At midday, build your plate around real ingredients, a quality protein source, colorful vegetables, healthy fats like olive oil, avocado, or nuts. The reason is simple. Your cells need raw materials, not artificial stimulation. Vegetables provide compounds called polyphenols that support cellular defense systems. Foods like berries, green tea, and extra virgin olive oil contain these protective compounds. They help your body respond better to daily stress. In the evening, create a biological shutdown period. Avoid late-night processed snacks. Give your body a gap between dinner and breakfast. This is where pathways like AMPK begin becoming more active. Think of AMPK as your cellular energy sensor. When your body senses that resources are not constantly overflowing, it signals a shift. Save energy, repair damage, improve efficiency. Here's what changes everything. You don't need perfection. You need repetition. One healthy meal does not transform your body. But one healthy meal repeated hundreds of times creates a completely different biological environment. After days without processed foods, many people notice changes they were never expecting. Cravings become quieter. Energy becomes more stable. Food decisions feel easier, not because they suddenly gain more willpower, because their biology is no longer fighting against them. The same body that once demanded sugar can learn to appreciate real nourishment. Here's the part nobody talks about. Your cells are constantly listening. Every meal is a message. Every habit is a signal. You are either telling your body to store, protect, and survive, or you are telling it to repair, rebuild, and recover. And these signals stack. One day becomes a week becomes a month becomes a new biological pattern. Your body was never your enemy. It was waiting for the right instructions. But there is one more hidden factor that determines whether your cells truly slow down aging or continue accumulating damage. A factor most people ignore because it has nothing to do with food. In the next episode, we reveal how your daily sleep timing controls your cellular repair system, your hunger hormones, and the biological clock inside every cell. And the shocking part is this: you may be protecting your health during the day while unknowingly damaging it every night.